Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lump Dog, your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner. And I'm back with another PPH video commissioner, week number 1 of the 2025 season. Yeah. Hey, so I hope everyone enjoyed the draft recap from earlier this week. Again, PPH had one of its best drafts in recent memory. This is our 25th year, so we've had quite a few, but so this was the best draft, I believe, and I've heard it from multiple people, not just what I think, but from what I hear from other league members. I think it had to do with a lot of with the events that we had going on between the Lazy River, the midget wrestling, little person wrestling, however you want to say it, um, the Pinball Hall of Fame, the Sphere, the Ox, and then doing Fremont Street. I mean, we just had a blast, and everyone seemed to have a good time. And so, just want to thank everyone for a great draft again, and can't wait till next year and what the PPH will end up doing. I know it'll be good. All right, let's just take a quick look at the waiver report here, what we have going on. Looks like Liberty Death dropped the savior of the old Jimmy G, went and picked up Jalen Naylor. God, Mollywop stole my dude. This was the guy I was going for, Keyshawn Butte, and got him snanked for me. He's a combo guy, stack guy, however you want to say it in fantasy. Or Drake May, but couldn't get him, so I was a little pissy this morning. I wake up to that. Juju Smith-Schuster got picked up by the Brew Dogs, or Dusty Dogs, I should say. Patty's Playboys went ahead and dropped Trevor Etienne, Travis's brother, and picked up Josh Palmer. Myself, I needed a better defense this week, so since Butte was taken, took my second choice of the Cowboys D. So I had that pegged right. I thought Mollywops would go for a defense, but he looks like he's sticking with the KC defense this week. So I had that wrong. Haters, Trey Tucker went ahead and picked him up. Jay Nasty went ahead and picked up Mike Gesicki and dropped Kendre Miller. Boogaloo Boys picked up the Patriots D, dropped the Texans D. Thinks they're going to do well against Miami in Miami. We'll see. I'm not hating on that pickup. Fannin Jr. Harold, I was looking for him too, since it looks like Evan Ingram will be missing some time. Unfortunately, the old spiced up went ahead and snagged him and dropped Damian Pierce. Smoking Dam went ahead and picked up Justice Hills, protecting his Derrick Henry pick. So if Henry went out, he would have the handcuff there. So good for him. Smart move. West Point Gators went and picked up the Chargers D. Rookie went ahead and picked up Jackson Dart. Zamir White was picked up by the Brew Dogs. Dusty Dogs. Patty's Playboys went ahead and dropped Jake Mooney, picked up Crater. I went ahead with my second tight end choice there of Jawan Johnson. I don't like him really this week against the Niners, but there's really not much out there. So I was going to go with Brandon Strange, but he's on a team. This is what you get when you have a 16 squad league. People like Brandon Strange are drafted. So haters, Kenneth Gainwell. Jay Nasty went with Jake Hungus. And then Spiced Up went with the Saints D against, looks like it's going to be Mac Jones and the banged up 49ers. And West Point Gators picked up the Lions. So there you go. That's this week's free agent pickup. If anyone's out there and just curious of what kind of free agents are out there in a 16-team league, here we go. The best running backs there are Ty Johnson and Giddens and Samaj P. Ryan. So not deep choices here we got going on for any type of fantasy points. Michael Wilson, Jalen Tolbert, Alex Pierce, Torrey Holton, Devontae Wicks, all they're available too. Again, hard to choose there, but someone out of this list will end up flipping sooner or later. Tight end, not much there either. Dalton Schultz, Noah Fant, Tyler Conklin, Tyler Higbee, top choices. Again, not a lot to choose from there. So here's what it is. All right, unfortunately, no Cone's Corner this week, no Cone's Corner next week. We're looking at Cone's Corner coming back week 3. This is Cone's schedule that we're working with. I'm trying to work with, and right now, he doesn't have the time to meet up and record. He doesn't have much to talk about as of this time. He doesn't like talking about fantasy or football, so he doesn't like talking politics either. So maybe he'll talk about the A's. I'm not sure. We'll see when he comes back in 2 weeks, but you're going to have to hold your horses on a Cone's Corner. It's going to be a minute. All right, let's go ahead and get into last week's scores and games and see how the week 1 played out. And since everyone always says all I do is talk about my team, I always try to take my team last. So the first game here is the West Point Gators taking out Mr. Liberty or Death, 154.2 to 98.4. Justin Herbert, I guess he was the late round quarterback to pick. There was this group of quarterbacks there, I thought, between like Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield, Purdy, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love. Who else was I thinking in that group? Dak Prescott. Like all those were kind of like grouped together, and I couldn't really figure out like who were the main guys there. I would lie. I should have actually, thinking about it, went with a Herbert and gotten a little vet there rather than 2 second-rounder. But obviously, he was the late round guy to get 53 points on West Point Gators, so good pick there. Breece Hall just ran all over the Steelers. I hadn't seen that in a while. The Steelers just getting run all over. So 17.5 from Breece Hall. Javonte Williams started out on Thursday night with that 20.4. Malik Neighbors with 12.2. 12.7 from Travis Swift, Kelsey. And then Jerry Jeudy with 11.6 and Booker with 10.4. Got him 154. He was looking good for the weekly in the very beginning after Thursday and Justin Herbert's Friday game. He was looking pretty locked into the weekly. Rookie had something to say about that. Anyway, moving on to Mr. Liberty or Death. Jalen Hurts with 33.4, Jacobs with 14, 10.1 from Mike Evans, and then 13.9 from Sam Laporta. And under 100 points ain't going to get it done in the PPH. Not usually, unless you run into a lucky win there. But 0-1 for Mr. Liberty Death, 1-0 for West Point Gators. In the next game, we got No Way Jose losing to Spiced Up, 115.2 to 144.2. Caleb Williams with a decent 38.8. No interceptions, nothing that really, took away from him other than the second half. He didn't look so great. The old Spiced Up's got 3 different quarterbacks to choose from, so I think he's going to go with Caleb again this week. I don't know. Might go with Justin Fields. We'll see who he ends up playing. I play him, so it is what it is. Whoever he plays, I'm sure it'll be good enough to get by me. Travis Etienne with 19.6. He's looking like the guy that they drafted. I don't know who that guy was the last couple years, but that's the Travis Etienne that I remember coming out of Clemson. So good pick there. And then they traded Bigsby, so it looks like that he's the number 1 back for the year there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. CeeDee Lamb on Thursday night with that 19. Kyle Pitts, 12.9 points, 18.1 from Sutton, 16.8 from Cam Little. Ends up with that 144.2, gets the win. It's 1-0. No Way Jose, Dak Prescott had a down game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Could have had a way better game if CeeDee Lamb would have caught the ball, but that was just points off. It's funny that Dak only scored 0.1 more than Lamb. So, you all want quarterbacks to be better, but didn't seem like it there. Barkley with 18.4 on that Thursday night game. Chase Brown with 13.1. And then 14.8 from Kincaid. 17.7 from Myers. Is that Myers? Running back, wide receiver. Oh, yeah. So that is Myers from the Raiders, 17.7. And then Dicker, the kicker, with 10.5. 115.2, going to get hard to get a win with that much, but going to beat Mr. Liberty. So, but 0-1 for No Way Jose. Next game, we got the Midnight Hammers versus the Irresistible Force. They get the win, 105.6 to 96.3. Baker Mayfield with 38.6. I don't know why you started this guy. T. Brooks, 0. No carries, no stats, nothing. I hope you're looking for a RB2 there. Or an RB1, because Ken Walker was not looking good either, man. It looked like Zach Charbonnet was the number one back there in Seattle. Maybe things change in week 2. Maybe that was just a Niner thing. I'm not sure, but I know Tardo can't be feeling too good about his running backs. But then on the other hand, Tardo really doesn't care about NFL football nor fantasy, so he could just be sitting pretty and, not caring. So Hunter Henry with 10.6, 23.6 from Emeka Ibuka, which was a good pick. That was a stack there with Mayfield, so can't hate on you for that. Gets the win with 105.6. Irresistible Force. Bro Nick, thank you for saving me from him, because that was a guy I was looking for in the next round. 16.4. Bijan Robinson, 25.4. 11.7 from Diggs, and then 12 from the Rams D. Finished with 96.3. So, yep. Got the L and 0-1. Next game, we got Just My Luck taking out the Brewdogs, 134.7 and 111.3. Lamar Jackson for Just My Luck with 45.9 points. 12.8 from Jonathan Taylor. 14.9 from Warren. God, I wanted him bad, but didn't fall my way. 22.6 from Deebo Samuel. And then 11 from the Packers D. Gave him 134.7. Got him the win. Started us off. Excuse me. And then Brewdogs, I keep forgetting it. It's Dusty Dogs. Jared Goff with 25.5. James Cook with 21.2. That was a pretty good pick in the second round. I would have maybe went with a different, but it paid off in week 1 against a pretty tough run defense. So James Cook looks like that might be a pretty good pick for this year. A lot better than T. Higgins in the first. 14.2 from Jacoski Merritt, Bill, as they call him. Again, another good pick there. That was a little bit early than what he should have been picked, but still, nonetheless, a good pick that helped round out his second running back there. I'm sure he's going to get more and more involved in the offense as the season goes. So, you old Dusty Dogs went ahead and salvaged his running backs from that draft. Higgins, first round pick, not much there. Worthy got hurt, so no stats, no nothing. Big fat goose egg. And then 11.6 from Ertz, 15 from the Bears D. Finishes with 111.3 and 0-1. Next game, we got the rookie. Congratulations to our weekly winner, the rookie with 162.5. Went ahead and won himself. I think it was like 100 and what was it? I text the treasurer the amount. It was 185 he won this week. So congratulations, rookie, to that. $185 coming your way into your fantasy bank. Beats the haters. Again, haters always finishes with a good score, but always seems to come up short. Jaden Daniels, 36.1 points. Only one touchdown, but those 68 yards rushing definitely helped boost his score. Rayvon Henderson with 11.1. Kyrie Williams, 13.9. Pearsall, 15.8. 16.2 from Tillman. 12.1 from McBride. And 29.1 from Zay Flowers. Damn. Big score there. And then 10.2 from McMahon. Team from the Broncos D went ahead, pushed him up there. Like everyone on his team scored in double digits, and everyone got mentioned. So congratulations to rookie, and all the viral viewers out there as well. You understand the rookie luck is a thing in the PPH. I think we've had 3 rookie champs. So somehow, some way, the rookies always have some sort of good luck in the PPH. Leaders, let's go ahead. Super team here with Josh Allen with 66.4. Huge game, but man, Caleb Johnson, man, 0, -2 yards rushing. That's tough right there. 13.5 from London, 16.3 from Bowers, 14.8 from Dobbins, and that was all there was have to say about that. Good score of 139.2 should get you a win on most weeks, but not this week because you played the weekly winner. So 0-1 for the haters. All right, next game was our closest game of the week. Jay Nashty Nasty. They nasty. Beat the Mollywhoppers 103.6 to 100.6, only 3-point difference here. Brock Purdy with 35.4, 23.2 from McCaffrey, 12.5 from Kittle, 11.4 from Aubrey, and that was all there was there. Mollywops with Burrow with only 17.6. Panic on Burrow, or just the way Cleveland plays the Bengals? I think it has more to do with the Cleveland. They always seem to give the Bengals fit, so I wouldn't be too worried about about Burrow if I was the Mollywops. But it happens again this week. Then it's panic mode, not just worried. I'm panicking. Like, no, 2 weeks in a row, that's not Burrow. So anyway, 17.6. Achin 16.5, Connor with 14.4, 22.5 from Garrett Wilson, 11.4 from Goddard, and that was it. Came up 3 points short and picked the L. So starting off 0-1. Second to last game here, we had the Patty Spoy Boys losing to the Boogaloo Boys 122.9 to 132.7. Patrick Mahomes showing up with 43.5. Aaron Jones with 15.7. Kamara with 13.7. Puka Nacua with 24.1. Only 0.9 away points from that bonus. Would have got you the dub. Kyler Murray with 32.1 on the Boogaloo Boys. 15 from Gibbs. 13.9 from Warren. 13.4 from McConkey. And then 18.1 from Marvin Harrison Jr. Where was that last year? Marvin Harrison Jr. Damn you. And then that's it. So, the boys start off 1-0. Patty's Playboys start off 0-1. Last but not least, I got my teeth kicked in by our reigning champ, smoking them, hitting the L 148.8 to 123.2. Jordan Love with 31.2. That was pretty pedestrian. I thought I might have a shot when he was pedestrian like that, but good old King Henry shows up with 29.2 points. Making well-deserved that first-round pick mid-round there. Red Stains got him. So, good for him. Bucky Irving with 14.5. Michael Pittman with 20. Jaden Reed with 13.5. Chuba Hubbard with 17.9. He went running back in the first 3 rounds with Henry, Irving, and Chuba Hubbard. And I prayed it was pretty big, man. 30, points from Henry, almost 15 from Irving, and 18 from Hubbard. I mean, that's going to be a tough lineup if those running backs are putting up those kind of numbers every week. Anyway, ends up with 148.8. Mr. Sweet Spot, myself, Drake May with 34. Tried to play the matchups with May over playing at Penix since they were playing the Raiders at home, but didn't show up. Only got 1 touchdown, 1 bad interception. Didn't do a lot of running, so I was a little disappointed by him. But it is what it is. Hopefully, it's just week 1 and he can shake it off. Another person I'm really disappointed is Genty here. Only 38 rushes, 38 rushing yards, touchdown saved his day, and completely lucky on that. And I think he had like 18 or 19 carries, only average 2 yards a carry. I'm hoping the Raiders' offensive line can get their shit together because this is going to be a long-ass season if that's the way things are going to go with Genty. Justin Jefferson looked bad in the first half, but looked way better in the second as McCarthy got his feet underneath him and started to feel comfortable himself, 14.8. I'm hoping that's his floor. We'll see. I don't know. He made it to me all the way in the 13th pick. I shouldn't even have him. If it wasn't for the Dusty Dogs taking T. Higgins with the 12th overall pick, I probably would have went. He would either went Jefferson or Lamb. So I would have taken whoever was left over. But I can't believe Jefferson made it to me with the 13th overall pick. So that's kind of crazy. 19.4 from Jackson Smith-Njigba. He is looking like the number 1 alpha receiver in Seattle. I mean, they hardly pass it to anybody else. So hopefully that continues and they don't try to diversify and find targets for other folks. McMillan with 11.8. That's a little disappointing as well. Took him in the 4th round. So just hoping for a little bit more around the 15 to 18. Would have liked a touchdown in there. That would have been nice, but it is what it is. Hopefully better games to come. Chris Boswell, I was happy with. That was a nice pick to get 15.6, third highest scoring kicker of the week. So, and Cardinals D can. So Spencer Rattler. Really, you only get one sack for Spencer Rattler. Oh, so frustrating. Anyway, all right. There's week 1 of the PPH. All right, so as you can see here, the standings. Everyone's we have 8 teams that are 1-0 and 8 teams that are 0-1. It's still early, so can't say anyone's pulling away or looking better than anyone else. Maybe the rookies probably look the best right now, since every single one of their team went off for double digits. So got to give it up to the rook. So good job, John and rookie. All right. So that's it from me for this week. I will catch you all next week. Lump Dogs out. Peace.